Welcome to Homegrown, presented by Scott's. I'm Dylan Tyre, and with me is Blue Jackets forward Sean Kuraly. Sean, it's great to see you.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
All right, I got to ask you about some of the basics for Sean Kuraly. How'd you get into the game of hockey in the first place?
Oh wow, the game of hockey. My parents are both Canadian, so it kind of came natural. I think when I was up at my grandparents' in Toronto, there was, when the ponds were frozen, there were skates. As soon as I could stand, I had a chair, and I was pushing around some sort of chair or a cone just to stand up. And ever since then, I kind of fell in love with it.
For me, I was a big hockey player growing up too, but a lot of it was street hockey. Like, I had a net in my driveway growing up. My brother and I would go out there all the time. So do you have any memories of kind of playing outside with your buddies or your siblings? Yeah,
street hockey was big. I grew up in Dublin, not far from here, and yeah, street hockey, there wasn't a ton of ice in the summers. My dad would build a rink in the backyard, but a ton of street hockey. We kind of lived on a cul-de-sac, and we'd kind of own the back half of the cul-de-sac and make the cars go the other way. So we had the nets, and we'd bring them down, and whoever saw us playing would come down, and I had my rollerblades, and sometimes it was on foot, but those were some good memories. We had a lot of fun. We even got the goalie pads and stuck somebody in net. Sometimes I played goal, but I like to be out and play forward.
That's awesome. Who was Sean Kuraly mimicking back in those days? Who were you pretending you were?
Well, before Rick Nash, there was Matt Sundin. And then as the Blue Jackets kind of came around and Rick came to Columbus, it was Rick Nash in the street. So I was a Toronto fan before the Blue Jackets came to Columbus, and so Matt Sundin was their captain and center, and that's kind of who I was pretending to be.
What about growing up in this area in particular? What was hockey like in those days?
It wasn't huge, and I think we've seen as every kind of years progressed, a little bigger. The Blue Jackets are really the catalyst of what's brought, I think, hockey to Columbus and kind of given it some prominence. When I was growing up and playing it at school, everyone was playing football or baseball, and I was going away to play hockey for the weekends. I don't think people really understood kind of why or what I was doing, but as time's gone on here in Columbus, I think you've seen hockey gain much more relevance.
And what does it make you feel like now, being a member of the Blue Jackets, having been one of those kids back in the day that, say you're driving home from practice one day and you see kids out in the street or in the driveway shooting the puck, playing hockey? What does that make you feel like, that you've been a part of that, helping it to grow?
Yeah, that's that's cool. I mean, when you I think when you realize that you could be a part of inspiring the next hockey players in Columbus, I think that's something that I know meant a lot to me. So it's hard to think of yourself in that light, but definitely something that I'm grateful for that other people did, and that players like Rick and Jody and Bowler and Dorse and all the guys that played before us here and are still around, really. But yeah, it's a cool thing to be a part of.
Something unique for you in growing up here is that this is where you live during the off season too, which I think is really awesome, and you know it better than anybody. Columbus is so beautiful during the summer and during the NHL off season. So what does Sean Kuraly like to get up to when he's not playing hockey?
Oh man, I can't give all my secrets away. Like you said, Columbus is beautiful in the summer. I like to get away for a little bit, do some traveling, but when I'm back, I do my training here, and I play a lot of golf, and we're lucky enough to play some really good courses here in Columbus. So I stick around. When I'm around, I'm playing a lot of golf, getting into pickleball. I used to be tennis, but now a little pickleball. My brothers are in town, so I get to see them a bunch, and my family. So it's good. There's friends. Not all my high school friends are still living in town, but those they come back and visit, and so it's good to be able to be around well. Can see old friends and whatnot. So definitely a place I really enjoy in the summer.
So you just said it, you're a big golfer. I'm a big golfer too. I love being out there. What's the handicap at for you these days?
Artificially low. I don't like it right now. 9.4. I've been trying to
You got to bump it up a little bit.
I got to bump it up a little bit.
Summer, yeah. I'm trying to do the same thing.
Got my college buddies coming in this weekend, so it's a little low for my liking, and these matches will get a little intense. So maybe a couple bad rounds before the weekend.
That sounds fun. I mean, we've harped on it plenty that you're from this area, but now that you see so many other guys like you, or even alumni of the Blue Jackets, sticking around Columbus and staying here. How does that make you feel?
Well, yeah, I think it just shows, how much Columbus it's obviously growing as a hockey market, but also growing as a city at the same time. And you've got, so many, every year that goes on, there's just more things to do. There's more things coming to Columbus. There's more concerts. There's more big shows coming. You've got the Crew in town. You've got the Clippers. I mean, there's really a lot of things to do in Columbus, and that's what I think I enjoy the most, is kind of experiencing some of those Columbus things. And as a kid, I'm obviously here, but a lot of those things are new. And those middle years I kind of spent away from home. So now it's kind of coming back and enjoying some of those things that Columbus is kind of that have come to Columbus, I should say, over the years.
All right, Sean, I think that's a great way to finish this up. Thanks for taking the time to do this. Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers. Thanks, Dylan.